And here we're going to look at what it is you need to know about the situation that's keeping you up at night. So whatever it is that you're anxious about and is at the top of your brain, keeping you up at night, we're going to be using the Vice Versa Tarot, which is a very interesting tarot deck because it has two sides and two sides to every story, as they say. So here we go. We're going to pull some cards for the Tiger's Eye, the Labradorite, and the Malachite. And we will then be able to read the cards. I'm going to read the side of the card that is facing down, the side we're not seeing. So as I am making the piles and as you are looking, you will see which one you're drawn to, whether by the gemstone or by the picture that will be on the card, the last card. I am going to go ahead and just pull them now. And like I said, I'll be reading the side that is facing down. And we will get the message for you. And again, like I said, this is a unique deck because it has interpretations on two sides of the card instead of doing reversals. And as you can see, I have shuffled and I'm randomly picking cards for each one of these piles. In one moment, I'll give you an opportunity to stop and just choose which pile you would like to go for. So we have the Tiger's Eye pile where we can see the Two of Wands here. We have the Labradorite pile where we can see the Six of Wands. And we have the Malachite pile where we can see the Nine of Swords. Now, the interpretations in this deck are a bit deeper than most decks that we have. So what we're going to be doing is looking at the interpretations, like I said, on the front of the card. Those are the ones that we're going to be taking because those are the ones face down. So choose the deck that you would like or the pile that you would like, and then I will begin the interpretation starting with the Malachite. Sorry, the Tiger's Eye, onward towards the Malachite. And I hope you're enjoying this channel. Like I said, I tap into the energy of Oshun to assist me with the messages that I bring you in the hopes that it brings you some clarity as well as healing and abundance in your life. So let's begin. I'm going to start with this first where we see the Two of Wands, but we're, like I said, going to be reading the cards upright. So I'm moving aside the other piles and I will use this spread as it comes up upright. And this is about that thing that is bothering you the most, that is keeping you up at night, to provide you with some assistance there. And this is a very beautiful deck, as you can see. And what I'm going to do is try to stick as close as possible to the interpretation by the creator of this deck, because like I said, this is a unique take on the reversals. There are no reversals. It's just the fact that you have the cards with two different sides. So we can see for you what's keeping you up and what you can do about this, what is going to benefit you. It says clarity is here for you. There's going to be something you're going to be inspired with that is going to provide you with information that you're going to need to take care of this issue that's keeping you up at night. Because we can see here, we have the Ace of Swords, and this is in what we could consider the bright, I'll call it the bright side of the card. So this is something that is truly beneficial for you, that you're maybe needing to just focus in more on the situation. Take a step back and take a look at the situation, and you will have enough insight to have some clarity in what it is that is going on. Because what happens here is it says that you've received some blessings and you need to be thankful and grateful for the blessings that you have received. And you need to maybe practice this even in your daily life. So This is what is going to assist you once you have that bright spark, that new idea, that clarity on the direction that you should go in. One of the things you need to start practicing after that is gratitude, right? In being grateful for what you have, who you know, what you're doing, all that is around you. And also you need to express it. You need to say it, and you need to act it. You need to be grateful. So here we also see that once you have done this, it says that you will be able to get the feeling of happiness back into your life. This goddess is just flowing in a fountain, in a situation where she has peace and emotion, positive emotions, are what she's surrounded by. So that's happiness. And also, this card reminds us that not only will you be happy and receive the blessings and things that make you happy, because you have been, like we said, staying up at night worried about something, you're going to get the answer. You will have the clarity to find the answer, but you need to practice gratitude to do so. And also, even when you do find the answer, you will achieve peace, right? In having now found the answer. And you also need to be grateful for that. But also, you need to make a decision. Once you have the answer, you need to be able to make a decision about the direction that you're going to go in. Just because now you know what the I would say solution is, or the path towards the solution, you need to decide that you want to actually make a decision about the direction that you're going in, about the information that you've received and that you are grateful for, and that you should be showing gratitude for currently. Because what happens is, it says that you need to be brave enough to deal with the situation. You need to make a decision to not be distracted by anything else, but to go forward. Happy that you've received the guidance and the solution to your issue, but you're going to need to then decide to go forward, right? So you need to be defensive of, I would say, not making the wrong decision, but you need to be defensive of feeling like you could make the wrong decision. In other words, don't doubt yourself, because here we see that there may be a fear that you may doubt something that is material in your life. Like if you decide to go in one direction, maybe your finances might be affected, or your actual relationships might be affected. But the thing is that you also feel that if you make a decision, maybe you're not able to emotionally stand up to the decision you've made, or be strong enough to carry it through. But you do need to decide, because now you have the clarity, and expressing the gratitude for the clarity will bring you the peace and the happiness. But now you need to take action. You need to actually decide to take action, and take the action that is necessary. And once you have taken the action that is necessary, we can see that this thing that's been keeping you up at night will turn into something that is the best outcome for you. You have to make sure that you understand not just what it is that what the situation was caused by, what the solution is, but you have to understand a deeper meaning in what happened, what got you there. Why did this happen? Why did this happen? You're going to get there to this and have a solution and solve it. But there's a lesson for you in what has been going on and what has been keeping you up at night. You need to make sure that you learn the lesson, and that you're grateful for your journey and for the fact that you've received assistance to actually resolve this issue, right? You've been paying a lot of, or giving a lot of attention to this, like we said, because it's made you very anxious. Now is the time to just not give attention to the events that happened, or the things that were challenging to you, but also in the lesson to ensure that you never repeat this again, that you don't have to come through this again. And again, express gratitude. In fact, just in general, start expressing gratitude in life. And that is what is also going to benefit you to move forward and get you the solution and allow you to solve this issue that you have and learn the lesson that you need to learn from it. So that's for you, pile number 1. And we will now go on to pile number 2, which is a labradorite. And for this, we, again, like I said, will be using the cards in the upright position, or the face down, and all in the upright position, because that's how this deck works. Okay. And this is about what has been keeping you up at night. What is it that is that issue that you've been finding distressing, that's been keeping you up at night? So the first thing that we can see is that, sorry, like I said, I want to just make sure that I'm giving you the correct interpretation, because of the fact that this author has a unique deck with unique interpretations for the actual cards and symbols within this deck, which is, I think, a wonderful thing. When somebody has a new way of looking at things, it's always inspiring, to say the least. Okay, so now we can see that you have, let's see, pardon. Okay, so for pile number 2, we have, first of all, the Knave of Swords. So that is going to be somebody that says that you're worrying about being able to cope, right? And you want to keep up with those that are around you. You might be worried that you're not as successful as people that you know. You are really trying your best to keep up, but it seems that even if you are there, you wouldn't know, because you're so in your head believing that you're not keeping up, that's what's literally keeping you up at night. And you are sure that you're not really meeting up to the standard like everybody else, and that's what worries you. And that is something that you're trying to deal with, why you're so worried about it. We can see that for the way that you think, it is causing you now to say, things aren't going my way. You know, the things that I thought would bring me forward are not bringing me forward. I'm just sitting here unhappy about this. I'm not really looking at the fact that I have made headway, because all I can see is the fact that I'm not exactly where my peers are, or the people that I want to be are. So I'm almost ready to give up, is what you're saying. And you're stressed over it. So what we can see here is that you have stability, right? Because we see the 4 of Wands here. You do have stability in your life. You do have things that you can celebrate and be joyful about in your life. And the additional message with this card of stability and joy is the fact that you're actually not enjoying it. You're pretending to enjoy the times when you seem to be enjoying. It's only pretense. You're forcing the smile, you're forcing the laughter, because you really don't want to participate in being grateful or enjoying what you have, because you feel that you're not really at the same level of it as the other people around you. And that's all you can see, instead of seeing what is good, because you have the good here and you're not even enjoying the good that you have. You're actually at the point now where we can see you're allowing yourself to be caught up in this overthinking and this sorrow that's causing the sleepless nights, because you're unwilling to just face the fact that you have what you need, more than you need, and that you don't have to be like everybody else. You don't have to be keeping up with the Joneses, or you don't have to be worried about what somebody else has, because you are enough and you have enough. You see, you're not somebody that needs to be in this position, because you have the strength, you have the accomplishments, you have the intelligence, you have what it takes. Nobody's holding you here in this feeling of not enjoying what you have, you know, focused on the lack instead of the abundance, and trying to keep up with others, because you're not tied by anything or anybody, only by your thoughts. It's just in your head. You have, like we said, what it is that you need. You have the things that are good in your life. You have the things to be joyful about. So the thoughts need to go. And on top of that, one thing that you should know that will release you from this is the fact that those around you are looking at you and saying, he's got everything. He's made it. I want to be like him, right? I want to be like him. He is the one that is doing the best. Here's victory. They're considering you the victor here, right? You need to make sure that you know that you're valued, right? It says here that everybody needs to feel valued for their contributions and their success to whatever it is they're working on. And the thing is that you have the ability to feel valued, but you can't see it yet. So this is what you need to know about what's keeping you up at night. Don't doubt yourself. Don't put yourself down. Know that it is only in your head, that you're not somebody that is I would say living up to the or up to the standard. You are more than up to the standard, and you have a lot of things to be joyful and blessed about. But what you need to do is just ensure that you're seeing it in the correct way, that your thoughts, like they say, thoughts are the things. Thoughts become things. Thoughts are going to eventually reflect on you outwardly if they continue to be negative thoughts. So what you need to do is realize that although you're seeing the cloudy skies, those around you are, I would say, very admirable about you or towards you. So it's all in your head, basically, pile number 2. You don't need to keep up with the Joneses. You only need to be you and enjoy all that you have. Be grateful for it. Let the negative thoughts go and enjoy the ride, enjoy the celebration. Rejoice with your friends. Rejoice in your victories, because you're all making victories together. You're not behind them. You're not missing anything. Everything is there for you. It's just for you to see it and accept it. So that's your message number 2 about what you can do about what's keeping you up at night. Some guidance there for you. We then have message for number 3. Like I said, the cards, we're going to use them, Malachite as upright, okay. So the first thing we can see here is that there is some disappointment, and the disappointment might be something that included someone else, or something that got in between you and what it is that you really want, desired, or loved. It's interference. There's interference here when we see the 3 of Swords, right? And within this deck in particular, they're saying this is about heartbreak and betrayal, right? And it is maybe somebody that is just wanting to make sure you're unhappy, and whatever it is they can do to stick their sword in, put a spoke in your wheel so that you're not happy. They're trying to do so. They're trying to make sure that you're unhappy. They're trying to make sure that you're not able to enjoy what it is that you should enjoy. It's definitely some interference here, and you're very bothered by it and unnerved by it, and that is what is keeping you up at night. We can also see here that you need to remove yourself from this situation. It's saying that for at least some time, you need to be able to get space away from this person, this situation that is purposely trying to steal your joy. You need healing. You need to take some time aside. You need to withdraw from the situation. If it is something that is people that you live around, maybe try to have a bit more quiet time. Maybe go for walks on your own. Go to a movie by yourself, whatever it is. And if it's a situation like a relationship that you have to consider leaving, then you need to consider it. If it is a job or any other situation that is that stressful and there's somebody that determined to try to make your life miserable, you need to take a break or maybe a permanent departure from the situation. We can see also that this is a situation that the reason you're so upset about it is because you have been putting in work. You've been putting in effort in this situation. And you have to be careful that you're not pouring into something that will never benefit you. And as you can see here, there's somebody there or a situation there that is trying to make sure it never benefits you. All of this is already done. You've invested in it. You've assisted. You've been kind. You've been charitable. And still, you're not receiving any joy. And somebody is determined to make sure you're not receiving any joy. So we know that at this point, you need to, and again, I want to make sure I have the correct interpretation. I believe I can see it is time to make a move. In fact, say to yourself, give yourself an option or an opportunity for something else and something better. Because this speaks about the fact that it maybe feels safer for you to stay within your shell. See the turtle here? It's time to withdraw from the situation. And also withdraw, they're asking here, not with a fight is the advice here. Withdraw gently, withdraw quietly. Just like this tortoise who would then pull himself into his shell, because he understands that taking up or starting or engaging in any type of conflict or fight is not going to be a benefit in the situation. There's a reason that this is happening. And again, I keep with these platitudes and these quips that, as they say, rejection is protection sometimes. But it's telling you further guidance that don't be even worried about or disappointed about all you've put into it. You need to separate yourself from the situation, and that you need to go quietly, peacefully. Don't make a big situation about it. Don't create havoc over it. Just make sure that you know that you're withdrawing, and you're going to do so peaceably, because that is going to be what will benefit you. And this says your dark night of the soul, which is not really caused by something within you, but this is a lesson for you. There's something for you inside of you, the way, whether that you behave, the way that you think, the way that you act. There's something that you need to investigate within you, that once you discover that will bring this situation to an end. It'll bring the ability for a situation like this to happen again to an end. That's why you need to withdraw quietly, because I'm not saying, or we're not saying it has to do with your fault, but there's something to do with you or within you that was able to allow this situation to happen. Again, not your fault, because nobody has to be mean, nobody has to be nasty, nobody has to be rude, nobody has to be obstructive. People just choose to be that way. But like I said, rejection is protection. This is a lesson that you needed to learn, right? And you're going to make a breakthrough. And you see the brightness there? Once you make this breakthrough, things will get brighter and you'll never end up in this situation again. Nobody will ever be able to do this to you again. It won't be happening again. It is something that you had to go through to get you to the next level, to get you to a deeper understanding of yourself and to strengthen you so that you will not ever have to face that again. So that was what was keeping you up at night. But as you can see, the dawn has come and you're rising up and rising up to a better and brighter future. So leave this behind, let it go calmly and quietly. Search deep within you for the lesson that is there and what it is that you can change and move forward to the brighter future. So there's your message. If you all liked your messages, please like, subscribe, and share.